Good afternoon. And I'm just letting you, I just feel bad because I've been kind of MIA since last week, trying to get school shopping done, preparations, and just, your usual typical everyday life. Not to mention, they had Frank's speech had the symposium last week. So I was kind of like trying to catch up on that. And then we got hit Thursday here in Michigan with some odd weather. So I'm just going to show you some of the devastation that happened here in Michigan if you're not from Michigan. So we got hit with a bunch of storms all across southern Michigan, southwestern Michigan especially. So this is like Jackson County right here. We were hit pretty bad. Um, this is like the aftermath of, just all these trees. And it was really crazy because they were saying there were straight line winds that did all this damage. I find that really hard to believe. Um, Usually straight line winds, all the trees are down in a specific, in one direction. And there was a tree in my neighborhood. I wish I would have gotten a picture of it that uh it literally looked like something popped down on it because the branches that were kind of like bowed out in every single direction. So anywho, but like this is I'm gonna show you. Let me see if I can show you pictures of what my house looked like. This is what happened. This is um my house. This is like my driveway right here. This was a down wire right here. Oh, you can't see that. Let's do that. Let's undo that. So right here is a wire that came down. It comes down every time because there's like land across from my house across the street. So like over on this area right here is it's just all trees. It's nothing but trees. And these trees are old and they've never been trimmed or cut down. And I don't know who owns the land, but it forever brings down this wire right here. So see, here's one wire coming across. This right here is another wire coming across. I had two wires going across the street in front of my yard. It was pretty crazy. And it's funny because in my backyard I have I think it's called a transformer. I'm not technical, so don't like quote me on this crap. But it was kind of crazy. Yeah, trying to do that. Anyways, that's not going to work. So I had trees down blocking both ends of it was really hard to get out of the neighborhood. I tried to go to work. I called my boss. I was like, hey, um, I lost power. So I couldn't work from home. She's like, you want to come into the office? I'm like, sure. And obviously, if I lost power, the preschool lost power because like all of my small little township had lost power. Yeah. So it's been kind of crazy trying to clean up. I mean, I was prepared. I had a generator and everything. Unfortunately, something from the last time we had to use the generator until this time, something, I don't know if it was a bad fuse or the wiring. Um, I live in a modular home. Okay, it's a trailer, whatever you want to call it. Let's get technical now. Come on now. So there's like a cord that hangs below my house that I just, and literally if I have a big enough generator, it powers everything. I don't except I think the well, because we have well water. But it will power everything. And this time it wasn't working. So we were kind of scrambling to try to get, I don't normally need power cords because I just need one usually. This time I had to find extension cords from everywhere to try to at least plug in my freezers. So and of course, everyone was scrambling extension cords. So it was one of those hot commodities that, all of a sudden, even the Dollar General doesn't have them. So I was not willing to risk the food that I had in the fridge. The deep freezer, I couldn't lose all that stuff. But, the things I had in my fridge, I had to clean that out. Oh, it was just a giant utter mess. So now I have an empty fridge. I'm trying to restock. I've got, littles that are here. I've got to be able to pack lunches. The old man has been working nonstop, except for that day that we lost power on last Thursday. Actually, he couldn't even get out of Jackson County. Neither could I. It was just, all roads were blocked. It was just like, I'm telling you, I really wish I would have videotaped um, trying to get through every side street, every back road to try to get out of the county. And like, you couldn't. Just, there was no, like, I tried even to get to 94, to take 94 in, because I was going to take the little to my mom and dad's and have them babysit so I could at least put a couple hours in at work. And there was a car going down the streets called Norval, and Norval runs to, what is it, 12, Michigan Ave 12, that goes from Grass Lake into Chelsea. And Norval runs all the way through like Sharon Hollow and Austin Road, which runs from Austin Road goes to M50. M50 turns into like Austin Road, or you follow the curve and you go into Brooklyn. And then Austin Road also goes into Saline, which is where I work, which is how I normally get there. But Austin Road was blocked through Manchester, is what someone had said as I was trying to get out. And we were waiting because a car there was an accident of some sort. So I tried to hit Norval to get to 94, either through Grass Lake or 12. And there was a car that got hit by a falling tree. So it was like I felt like I was driving through the friggin' apocalypse. I'm like, oh my God. It was crazy. It was absolutely freaking insane. And then on top of it all, I don't know if anybody out there suffers from sleep apnea. I do. Okay. A little TMI here. But I want to share this because it's a big PSA. I don't know if you're aware, hopefully you are, but there has been a recall. I received a letter from the company the DME, which is Durable Medical Equipment Provider, that supplied me with my CPAP device, that there has been a recall on specifically the manufacturer of my unit, which is the Philips Respironics. I have a Dream Station. That's one of the one of the models that is on recall. There's something about the foam in the CPAP unit that is it's coming off, and so it can cause respiratory, all sorts of stuff. And they tell you to contact your DME, Durable Medical Equipment Provider, to find out, or call your sleep therapy, your CPAP doctor, your sleep lab doctor. And it could be a sleep lab doctor, it could be a respiratory physician, whoever it is that's monitoring your sleep apnea, and ask them how to follow up. So when the company I work for is a distributor for the VA. And so we found out about this recall long ago. And so I've known about it. But when I contacted my DME that I currently use, which is different from the one that provided my CPAP unit, I called to ask them, I'm like, hey, so I found out about this recall. And I'm like, so I'm not sure they had no idea it was even going on. They really had no clue. And they're like, oh, just go ahead and keep using your machine. Sorry, my dog. Hey, oh. She's just a handful. Poor thing is traumatized from that storm. Oh my gosh. So they told me to keep using my device. I'm like, okay, cool beans. I really didn't think I was having any problems until about 3 weeks ago. And I started noticing that I had, allergy symptoms, which I suffer allergies, no biggie. But when I took an allergy med like Sudafed to stop like the runny drainage, it wasn't working, because during the storm, and this kind of clicked in my head. During the storm, I've been taking this allergy medicine, And I had my nose was just forever running. And I'm trying to help my husband hook up the generator and the cords and everything else. And he's like, "The hell are you sniffling for?" And I'm like, "I have allergies." He goes, "Didn't you take something for that?" I'm like, "Oh, I did." Because normally when I take something for my allergies, I don't have any of these, but I was like, "Oh, that's not good." And then I noticed last week too that, I'm old, so I like have whiskers. So I like, some tweezing my eyebrows. And I'm looking at the morning, I'm like, "Ow, what is that?" I had like black little tiny pieces on my face, which I'm thinking are from the foam. Plus, I had all of these extra allergy symptoms that were not going away with medication, which over the counter meds normally work for me. So I was like, crap. So there's been a lot going on. So I do apologize that I haven't been on with you. I know there's been a lot going on with the different counties and the mask mandates that they're doing for the new school year. Some are, some aren't. There's been a lot of hemming and hawing. I just saw, I'll come on later, but this is just a PSA to apologize because, it's the storms and everything. And I lost power and trying to keep up with everything. But there's a lot going on. So I just found it was kind of funny that we lost power during that symposium because there was a lot of information that was revealed during that symposium. And I guess Mike Lindell is actually going to, I think if I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the second day of his symposium. Yeah, because it was 3-day symposium, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I missed Friday and Thursday because of the power outage, and I was just trying to do cleanup and damage control at my house. But I was trying to, I was getting on Telegram and getting a lot of updates there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was actually attacked in his hotel room, and they had some agitators that had penetrated the symposium. But just an FYI, there was a lot that happened because there were 50. There were legislatures from all 50 states at that symposium as to what was going on. So just remember, tinfoil hat, the weather. Now we've got Afghanistan. We've got school starting up and mandates, and just remember to keep your eye on what we've been watching in Maricopa County. So that being said, I want you all to have a wonderful afternoon. I'll be back later. I just wanted to take a few minutes here on my break. I have to go pick up my new CPAP device. Hopefully it's ready because I've not slept in too long and it's very hard to focus. So if you have a CPAP, just an FYI, please contact your DME to find out if your CPAP unit is on that recall, because you may not think that you're having any issues or problems. Neither did I. And I, with the sinus and the allergies and everything else. And, we just, sometimes we get so distracted by everyday life, which happens, and we forget, oh man, I do need to call someone on it. So, just, it's a public service announcement. If you're a CPAP user, please call. Make sure that you register your machine. If you do have one of the recalled machines, oh, hold on, right here. Um, Oh, well. Here we go. This is the recall on, and it's not just the CPAP machines, but it's on their ventilators, and it's pretty much all of their devices. So It's not, I'm not kidding when I said that, and I'm trying to find where it is. Okay. So I will post this, um, but that's for that's for medical providers. There's this, I think I have it. Uh, Here we go. So I will post this link because this is where you want to register, because you need to register. You'll need to contact them, register your device to let them know that you will need a replacement of some sort. But make sure you contact your doctor, your physicians who are monitoring your sleep apnea, and make sure to contact your current DME. If they did not supply you with your CPAP unit, they will ask you to find out who did, and then you should have gotten a letter by now. But anyways, but this is just, just to be better to be safe than sorry. You never know, people get missed, and I just want to make sure everybody's safe and healthy out there. So have a good day, folks. Like I said, I'll be on later probably to give you an update as to the Hapalapalapinins in Michigan. Oh, what a crazy, crazy week it's been. Have a great one.